Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. We are going to have a lot of fun today. We have a lot of cards that we're going to create. And I want to just welcome you all here. My name is Sherry Ozicki, and I'm the owner of Loved by Him Designs. And again, I am so glad you are here. Um, we are going to be focusing in on our what is it that we're doing? I'm going to show you a one sheet wonder, and this is using the featured product of the month. So we're going to be focusing in on, let me just pull these off here, this beautiful designer series paper. Isn't it just gorgeous? I love all these different patterns, but I'm going to show you how you can use the designer series paper that you have, or you can get this paper if you, or I don't know if you already have it. But this is the Painted Illusions Designer Series paper. So you can get this paper for $5. It is a full pack of 12 by 12 designer paper, and you can get it for $5. So if you place an order for $75, you get this package of paper for $5. So I'm going to show you what you can do with it. We are going to also be using in our cards today the Lovely Stripes embossing folder, and we're going to be using this bundle, the Friendly Foliage. We're going to use the stamps and the dies. So let me just move all this out of the way so we can get crafting here. I love this paper. So in this paper you get 4 different designs, and you'll get 3 of each design. So it's all double-sided, beautiful paper. Love it. Move that over here. All right, let's get this folder out of the way. And the dies will move there. And let's get our stamp set out. So again, this is the new packaging. So let me see, I'll put that there. All right. So let's peel this off and let's get cracking. All right, so our first card. Now, from this one sheet wonder, you will get to create 12 different cards. So we're not going to take the time to do all 12 cards because we'll be here till midnight. So I'm going to show you, I have 6 prepped. We'll see how much time allows. We may only get through 4 of them, but I will show you all the cards. So our first card, going to be taking our Misty Moonlight, and we will just fold this in half. And I'll explain in a little while how you can get your own tutorial and PDF of the One Sheet Wonder. All right, so we have that. Now we're going to work from the inside out. And we're going to take our basic white and attach that on the inside of our card. Okay, so right on the inside, just like that. Again, I like to leave mine blank. Maybe I will stamp something small in the corners, but you do you. You can stamp whatever you like. And now I had already cut up this designer series paper. So we have these pretty pink and white flowers, and on the flip side are these wonderful stripes. Absolutely love it. So this is going on our pink paper here. So let's put some adhesive on here. We'll do all 4 of these. So I have 2 on that side, and let's do 2 on this side. We're just going to create some really fun cards. So if you are here and you are watching, please type in the comments. Let me know you're here, and let me know where you're from. I would love to know. All right, so we are just going to take these 4 pieces and put them on this strawberry slush, I think that's what it's called, on this pink paper. All right, so let's kind of get some common margins going here. There's the first one. There's our second one. Okay, not perfect. So on my sample, I did use liquid glue so I could slide them around a little bit. But you do how you want to do them. So if I was giving this out, I would totally reline these out. Okay, so there we go. Now we will just put this on the side and we're going to stamp. So we are going to grab our sentiment and we're going to use the Here For You Always. And we will use the Misty Moonlight to coordinate with our paper. It's right in the center. I did have an extra one in case I made a mistake. I don't know about you, but there's times where I make mistakes in my stamping. All right, let's put that there. Close this. All right, so let's put this one together. Now these cards go fairly quick. All right, so we're going to take this. Now again, if I was giving this out, I would reline up everything. So you know what? I can actually fix this. Let's just grab our paper trimmer here. So let me show you how you can fix it. If you got it on there and you really don't want to do another one, let's just line that up. We're just going to cut off a little smidge. There we go. Better. Okay, so we're going to put some adhesive on the back of this. And we're going to put this, let's see, we'll put that right about there. And I'm going to show you some really pretty ribbon. So we're going to be using some ribbon, we're going to use some twine, we're going to use a whole bunch of stuff today. And now this is our strawberry slush. And I'm going to wrap it around and we're going to tie a bow. Okay, whoop. Of course, bows never go easy when you're doing a Facebook Live. Come on, get in there. There we go. We'll just straighten it out just a tad. Let's snip those ends. Snip that one. Okay. So now I'm just going to slide this over just a bit. And let's attach this to our card base. And of course, we are going to use some dimensionals. Because what would a card be without dimensionals? Okay. Oh, we need one for the middle. Because Lord knows we don't need saggy middles. And I'm going to use that to kind of help hold the ribbon in place as well. So we'll peel off our little bits. All right, so let's center this. I love this paper. I think it is so pretty. All right, and then we will grab some dimensionals. And actually, I'm going to use our scrap part here. We'll take off some of that because I'm only going to put dimensionals at the top and the bottom because I want to put it over the ribbon. If you do it where the ribbon is, it just gets kind of clumpy. If that's a word. Is clumpy a word? All right, so let's peel this off. Come on. Yeah, so last week we had some crazy weather here in Adams, Wisconsin. There one day it was like upper 50s. The very next day we got like a ton of snow. I woke up and it's like, what is happening? I was so getting ready to start, getting ready for planting and planning out everything. All right, so here is our first card. Now, I did this card in my sample, but I grabbed a different sheet of the Designer Series paper. So this is the front and the back of a different sheet of paper, the same as this. So aren't they pretty? Love it. All right, card number 2. This one is a little more elegant. So we have our pretty peacock paper, and we'll just fold that in half. We're just going to zip right along. We have a lot of cards to make. All right, then we will take our base, again, inside out. So I hope all of you used your bonus coupons before they expire. You have until March 2nd to get your orders in to use up your coupons, so don't forget. You don't want them to go to waste, because each coupon was $5, so there's that. It wasn't like a free $5. Okay, so again, this is the different designer paper, a different sheet. Isn't that nice? Okay, so we are going to play around here and see which side we want to use. So let's see, maybe we can, I think we'll go this way, and then we'll put this one underneath for a little color. I like that. Okay. So it's really nice when you can make so many cards out of one single sheet of paper. So when I had cut everything out, I ended up with just this tiny, tiny little piece extra. So I was very happy. So I would love to send you the PDF of the One Sheet Wonder and the tutorial. So I have in the description on how you can get that and how you can get your own pack of this beautiful paper. So you simply just place an order for $75 at my store, and I will send you the full tutorial for 12 cards. 12 cards, people. 12! That is a lot. Plus, you will also get a PDF of the template on how I cut all the paper to make the 12. So, and you also need to sign up, for my email list, because that is, oh, goodness gracious, that is how I'm going to send your PDF tutorial and template. So this is a ribbon that we've had for a little while, and I had quite a few spools of it, and I thought, you know what? Oh, that looks terrible. Let's try another bow. So this is the gold striped. It is still available. It's very pretty. I used it on a lot of Christmas cards. All right, so let's try this again. I don't know why I'm so challenged right now. But yes, you can get your own tutorial with the PDF template for 12 cards. Just sign up for my email list and place an order for the $75, and then you can also get, once you place the $75 order, you can get the designer paper for the $5. Or if you don't want the designer paper, that's cool too. You can always just use what you have. So I'm looking for my little dots. So because this did not lay exactly how I wanted it to, you know what? I'm just going to slide this up real quick because I need to stamp my sentiment. I was so busy jaw-jacking that I didn't stamp my sentiment. Okay, so we need, where did I put my stamps? There they are. So I would like to use Wishing You All the Best. lay it down, pick it up with the block, and stamp that right there. Well, that kind of suckaroonied, didn't it? All right, we can fix this. So if that happens, I don't know why that happened. I do have, what do I have here? I have extra white paper here. Oh, it's so bad I have extra paper here. All right, so this ever happens to you, I hope it doesn't, but it probably will at some point. So yes, it's a clear stamp. Yes, you could try and reline it up, but it's probably not going to line up perfectly. So what we'll do is we will just stamp on a scrap piece of white paper, just like that. I hate when that happens. You know what? It is all good. We will figure this out. Let's close this. And we will trim this out. Alright, so just need a small piece. We'll keep that just in case we need that little scrap paper for any other oopses I might do. There we go. So we have that trimmed out. And no one will be the wiser. So let's grab some of this so that no one will see what is underneath it. I think I was just so excited on telling you how you can get your own tutorials that I got distracted on my stamping. All right, so then what we'll do is put that right over the top. It's popped up. Look at that. Matches perfect. Now we'll take that bow, slide it down. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a mini glue dot. So as I was saying before, my little snafu there, I'm going to use my scissors because I want to tuck it under the bow. So I'm just going to slide that underneath and press. And that will hold my ribbon in place and it won't mess with the rest of the card. Now you can go ahead and put some kind of embellishment on here. I would suggest doing it. I just did not. I don't know why. All right, so let's grab some adhesive and we'll put that on the front of our card. All right, I love how all these colors just go together. So if you are new to Stampin' Up, or if you've been with Stampin' Up and you just never realized, on the back, oh, and I whipped it, on the back of your Designer Series paper, it gives you all the colors. It lists all the colors, which is pretty cool. All right, so we are going to grab some of these die cuts. So these were cut from the die set, the Friendly Foliage. So I die cut out these shapes and I did it out of gold. And let's see here. Do I use liquid glue? Let's give liquid glue a try. So we will put a little bit on the back here. Whoa, that was a little bit more than I wanted. We'll slide that behind there. And we have a solid piece. There we go. Put that there. Hold that just for a quick second so it adheres. And I love the silicone mat because if you get glue on it, which you probably will, you just run it under hot water in the sink and it comes clean. There we go. Easy peasy. Even with the little mistake. So, excuse me, it looks like it should have been there. All right, so this is the one we just did. Here is a sample card I did with another sheet of that designer series paper. So it's just a little bit different in the placement on some of the things, but I think they both turned out beautiful. All right, I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit here. There we go. So let's put these on the side. Okay, so I'm going to show you two cards that I've already done. So this is the paper here that we're using, and this is my original sample. So that is card number 3. And here we used just some of the baker's, or not the baker's twine. It escapes me. Twine. I can't think of the name of it. Oh my gosh. Oh. All right, so we did that one, that one. I can't believe I can't remember the name of it. And it's something I use all the time. All right, so card number 4. Let's grab that. We have our Granny Apple Green. And we will just simply fold that in half. And then we'll work from the inside out. There's my little bone folder. Okay, so I'm going to take our inside. We'll put some adhesive on that. Get that in there. Super quick. Like that. So I'm using the same color cardstock on both my projects so that you can see how everything just coordinates within that designer series paper. Love it. All right, so let's put that on the side. Then we will grab a piece of that designer paper. Isn't that gorgeous? And we're just going to put that right here on our white. All the measurements, all the sizes, all the supplies I used will be in the tutorial. There we go. So now we are going to use this new ribbon. Love it. Mossy Meadow and Gold. Isn't that sparkly and shimmery? Love it. All right. So we're going to do the same thing like we did on the other card. We're just going to go around and hopefully tie a bow. So one side is more, oh, look at that. So one side is more green and the other side is more gold. I don't know which side I like better. I think I like them both. All right, let's get this bow made here. I don't know why I feel so challenged making bows today. Love it. There we go. Let's trim that off. That actually worked out pretty well for the first time. On the first try. All right. So again, this was the Mossy Meadow and Gold ribbon. All right, we're going to slide that over. Just like that. Position it. And then I already did the die cutting. So I did one out of Mossy Meadow, I did one out of the Granny Apple Green, and then I did white. So you can, oops, so you can see all 3 die cuts. So let's put them on our card. Let's grab our glue. You just need a little, you don't need a lot. Let's slide that over just a tad. There we go. Now you can make it where your edges will stick out, or you can snip them shorter if you want. Get this under the ribbon. Come on. Right there. And let's get this. Do I want it that long? Well, I do now because it's stuck on there, so we'll leave it. Grab the white. And we'll put that there. And you know what? We can take this and let's scooch this down just a little bit. There we go. That is much better. And let's grab a mini glue dot to lock down that ribbon so it doesn't go all willy-nilly. There we go. All right. So now I had embossed this using that embossing folder, and this is the Lovely Stripes embossing folder. So it has some really nice texture to it. So we are going to add this to our card base, and we're just going to use some, just our seal. You could use liquid glue if you want. Because it's ridgy, I'm going to add a couple extra swooshes on here of adhesive, just to make sure it stays on my card nice, because you don't want parts falling off your card. All right, so we'll center that. All right, let's do a little stamping. So we're going to grab our Mossy Meadow ink. And let's grab our stamp set again. And we will use You're on My Mind and in My Heart. And let's stamp. Awesome. And where did my cleaning pad go? Here it is. Here's my little chamois. All right. Whoa, jeez. Oh, I'm just dropping everything. All right, so let's get some dimensionals on the back. Let's just finish using this thing up here so I can throw this piece of paper away. I'll use the bigger one in the middle, because again, nobody likes a saggy middle. All right, so we are going to put this towards the top of the card. Just like that. And I'll put some dimensionals on the back here. And this one. All right, I'll put that right in the center. I think that would look really nice. There we go. All right. So here is the designer paper that we just used, and then here is another sheet of designer series paper in that same pack. Isn't that awesome? So they look similar, but yet different. This one kind of looks like it has like a sky background. I think it's really pretty. Okay, so on to our next. This one is going to be using the frame in the die set. So we're going to be using, and I've already die cut everything out, so we're going to be using this as well as this. Okay, so we have our Misty Moonlight. Let's just fold that in half, and then we'll start inside out. So if I don't start inside out, I don't know about you, but I always forget about the inside. I never go back and put the inside in. so line that up. Have some common margins all the way around as best you can. There we go. So now we can put that on the side. And we're going to lay this out because I'm stamping on the white. And we saw what happened the last time I stamped on the white. We had a little oopsie. So here we have our designer paper. So now let's decide how we want this to lay out. So we're going to use 3 of the strips. All right, and they're going to be roughly about here, and I want to put my sentiment here. So we're going to use the Misty Moonlight again. And let's get the stamping done first. And we'll use Thinking of You. And let's hope I don't mess it up. Oh, you know what? That looks dangerous, does it not? So looks dangerous, like it's going to mess up my card. So let me grab a baby wipe. Okay, part of a baby wipe. Just kind of tore off. So let's wipe this. So we don't want all that stuff on there. Alright, I hope I don't have any fuzzies on here. Let's grab a piece of that scrap and stamp on here first just to make sure. Because sometimes the wipes, I don't know if they changed how they make them, but sometimes they get little fuzzies. Beautiful. Love it. Alright. So put that one up there. And you could do more stamping, again, on the inside if you would like. In the stamp set, there's some leaves that you can use. There's the big stamp you could use. I like to keep it simple. All right, so we have this. Let's put our adhesive on. And we're just going to put them, no rhyme or reason, we're just going to lay them down. I like doing it this way because then you don't have to worry about trying to line something up. Because clearly I'm not very good at lining things up. Although I did fix that card a little bit, so I was happy with that. All right. I see we have some more people joining. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Seeing as you are here, please be sure to say hello and let me know where you're from. I would love to know where you are from. Okay, so now we are going to take this die cut and we're going to grab our mini dimensionals. And this is going to take a little bit here, but I'm going to try and go as quickly as I can. So the big dimensionals do not fit unless you cut them. So if you are going to cut your dimensionals, be sure to cut it while it is still on the paper. Meaning while it's still like this. Because if you take it off and cut it, your scissors are going to get all sticky. And you don't want sticky scissors. Okay, so I think we'll just leave it at this. And we'll take it and just put it right in the center. Set straight. There we go. All right, so then we will grab our adhesive right in the center. So these cards go really, really quick. Now you could add any kind of extra ribbon or any extra embellishments. I just wanted to show you a very sweet, simple way to create some cards out of one sheet of Designer Series paper. So again, here's my sample, and this is the one we just did. All right. So on to the next one. Let me just show you these. This was 2 cards that I did earlier using the same Designer Series paper. So this is the paper that we're currently working with. But see how you can use this beautiful yellow? Love it, the Daffodil Delight. And it works with both papers. So this here kind of gives it like a under the sea kind of look, where this is like more of a springy flower type look to me. So there's that. Okay, so now, let's see here. I think we're still good on time to get some more cards done here. All right, so let's take our basic white and we'll fold this in half. Okay, then we'll just put this on the side. There's nothing that's going on the inside because it is already white. So we are going to build on the outside. So now I have some Flirty Flamingo pieces. I have our Designer Series paper. I cut out an arch from the Everyday Arches. Now it's kind of schmutz on it, so we're going to use that. I already tied my bow, and then I die cut out of the Flirty Flamingo 2 of the little leaves. So we're going to build. So we're going to take our square and we are going to grab our paper trimmer. And we are going to cut. We're going to cut on an angle. Okay, we are not going point to point. It's going to be offset a little bit on both ends. Okay, so maybe like that. All right, I'll show you what we're going to do. And if you missed it, we're going to be doing it on the next card as well. So we are going to place this piece right here at the bottom. And we're flipping this over so we can see the other side of this beautiful card's designer paper. And we're going to tuck that right there. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so let's attach these down. And again, all the sizes are in the tutorial that you can get. The tutorial for all 12 projects and the PDF of the template for the One Sheet Wonder. You just simply sign up for my email list. If you are already on my email list, you are halfway there to get this fantastic tutorial. You just place an order at my store for $75, and that's after you've checked in all your coupons and all that stuff. And then I will send you the tutorial to make all these cards. Okay, so now let's see here. What do we got going? What we are going to do is we are going to grab our Flirty Flamingo. All right, and we're just going to put that right on the top here. All right, then we'll take this one. Let's see, how do we want to do this one? Do we want to do it that way? Could. Let's slide it underneath here so we don't see the edge. All right, so just like that. Yes, you have all these little bits hanging off. That's all right. We're going to take our scissors and we're just going to trim. Trim. The other side. Trim. All right. we have that. Now let's stamp our sentiment on here. And I want to use, which one do I want to use? Use that one. You're always on my mind and in my heart. And we'll stamp that, but we're going to go more towards the right. Okay, the right side of it. There we go. Well, this card is a little different than my sample, but that's all right. You'll see what I'm talking about when I show you. Let's grab some dimensionals to put on the back. And we'll just use 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I'll put that right here. Let's flip it over and add it to our card base. Let's grab some more dimensionals. 2, 3, 4, and one more. Got little bits off. Oh, forgot that one. All right, I'm in the center. All right, there we go. So let's attach these. Now I'm going to, let's see here, we'll put them this way. Just grab a little glue. And we want these two glued together. And we'll just lay that right about here. And let's grab some mini glue dots to get our ribbon on. I'm going to grab 2 because it's a little thicker ribbon. So this is the Misty Moonlight and the white. It's a 2-pack that you can get 2 spools of ribbon for $5. So there we go. So my sample is a little different. How I got my sample to, oh, I know what I didn't. Okay, I got it. All right, so what I did on this one, instead of flipping it over this way, I just put it on this side. That was the only difference. But when you get the tutorial, it'll be for this card. But still, this looks really pretty as well. All right, so let's go to our last card. And let's fold this in half. And we'll put that on the side. Now we have our designer paper. We're going to cut this the same way we did the other sheet on the prior card. There's no right way or wrong way. Okay, so now when I did this on the other card, I had taken this top piece and I flipped it. Okay, and that's what we're going to do on this card. But on that first piece, on that other card, I should have just left the spacing. But I did not. So there's that. All right, so let's attach these down. Let's see here, this goes this way. So let's do this piece first. You know what, or maybe we can. Let's see, let's do that. No, we could, let's see here. My brain is just not wanting to work today. Nope, we'll just do it how I planned. Okay. So their adhesive on here. And we'll put this down. Now I'm thinking, the way things are going, I probably should have stamped my card first. So this is going to go here, just like that. So you know what, before I get too far into it, let's stamp. So we have our Flirty Flamingo, and we'll use our Sending Love stamp. Pull that one off. And so this paper will line up right about there. Put this right there. Fabulous. All right. So now we can attach this down. Okay. So I really like the product of the month because you get to pick some really nice product for $5. I mean, a whole pack of Designer Series paper for $5. Awesome. The month before, you got a stamp set. The first month we did it, you got a pack of Designer Series paper. So these items will all still be available until they run out. So once they're gone, they're not coming back. So if you're wanting to get this designer paper, don't wait. I really recommend not waiting, because once it's gone, it's gone. Okay, so we'll put this right here on the center. You could pop this up with some dimensionals if you would like, but for time's sake, we're just going to use the seal. Just like that. Let's close this. And we will grab some glue. Let's grab our little mat here. Less is more on the glue because you don't want glue globs. And you don't have to get every little thing. Doesn't all have to be covered in glue. All right, so let's pick this puppy up. And we're going to put this right on the side. So part of it will have the background of the designer paper, and part of it will have a white background. And we'll try and make sure we're straight. There we go. Easy peasy. So here is my sample. All right, so your tutorial will have 12 projects. We did not make all 12 cards because we'd be here till, you know, all hours of the night. So let me just show you the cards that we made earlier in case you're just tuning in. I'll put these here. Look at all these cards. Isn't that awesome? Let's put them here. So this is just a fraction of the cards you're going to get to create. Oh, and we still have more. There's still more. Look at these. These are amazing. I love it. All right, you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I had a lot of fun. We got to use the friendly foliage that does the stamp and the dies. I showed you that beautiful paper that you can get for $5. It's the Painted Illusions Designer Series paper. So in order of $75, you can get this paper for $5. You can get your own tutorial with the template of how I cut all the Designer Series paper. Just add yourself to my email list. I have the links and all the information in the description above this video. So please take advantage of it. I plan on emailing all of that out. You only have until March 2nd. So just because I'm saying March, don't think you got like a month. You got a couple days. So actually, you have till Monday. So that is all I have for you, lovelies, today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad you were here. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me a message. All right. Thank you. I love you all, and God bless.